Here's everything you need to know about the train between Ella and Kandy in Sri Lanka.
We wanted to make sure that we had reserved seats because it is a long journey, it takes about 7 hours, so we bought tickets online at this address here. If you've already bought tickets online like we have, then you can just go straight through and you don't need to queue. Otherwise, you can just queue up here to buy your tickets from the counter. If, like Grant, you can't live without your morning coffee, there is a little stand at Ella railway station on the platform, so you can get one before you jump on your train. We tried to look for tickets about 4 or 5 days in advance and they were already sold out, so I recommend that you do it a little bit more in advance than that. The tickets go on sale 30 days before the journey, so maybe get ahead and just book them when they come out. If you don't manage to get them in advance though, don't worry, you can always buy tickets on the day. Third class and reserved are available to buy at the ticket counters. This does mean though that there's a chance you could be standing for the entire 7 hours. Here we go! Wow, that was even better than I expected. The views and the scenery were just incredible. If you're going from Ella to Kandy like we were, then definitely try and sit on the left side for the best views of the tea plantations. I was so nervous to trying to get those iconic shots of hanging out of the train, but actually it was way less scary than I expected. You do always need to be checking to see what's coming up though, because there are lots of tunnels and rocky parts that you could hit your head off if you weren't careful. I'm so glad we had seats and I'm so glad we got the early train. It was really quiet and it only got quite hot and sweaty in the last hour. We were expecting to be able to get to the next carriage, to be able to take photos of each other hanging out of 2 different doors. But actually the doors between carriages were locked, so there was only 1 door in each carriage that you could hang out of for the photos. But in the end that didn't matter, it was absolutely fine. We were able to get photos by hanging out the windows and taking them back the way looking at the door. And if you're not on the best side for the views, we found people to be so kind when we asked if we could just nip into their space and take a couple of photos. So you could always ask people if you could just borrow their seat for a second. And bring snacks, because it is as long as they say. It took the full 7 hours that we were expecting, plus another 10 or 15 minutes. However, maybe don't bring or drink too much water in advance because the toilet situation was pretty grim. There's also no toilet roll at all, so make sure you bring your own.